So dear students, so now today we would move ahead in this first chapter of class 11th chemistry, that is some basic concepts of chemistry we were talking about. There in the previous videos we have discussed the Dalton's atomic theory. So in this one video we would be discussing the drawbacks of the Dalton's atomic theory. Okay, so there are some drawbacks, there are some you can say some drawbacks in the Dalton's atomic theory which the Dalton could not explain. Okay, so let's discuss all those drawbacks here. The first one is it explained the laws of chemical combination. Isn't it? Yes. We have the 5 laws of chemical combination. So Dalton almost explained all the laws, but it could not explain the 5th law of the chemical combination, that is law of combining volume, also known as the Gay-Lussac's law. That also we have discussed. Fourth rather, I would say. Fourth law was that we have discussed. Okay, so the Dalton's atomic theory could not explain the law of combining volume, also known as Gay-Lussac's law, isn't it? We have discussed this. So it could not explain this. Okay, the next drawback of the Dalton's atomic theory is it could not explain why atoms of different elements have different valencies. Rather, he was saying that atoms of different elements are different, isn't it? In the Dalton was saying that atoms, suppose you have the two different elements, gold and iron. So both would be having the different sort of atoms, isn't it? Both would be having the different atoms. So this he has explained. This he has explained. But it could not explain why the atoms of the different elements have different valencies. Why they are different. Okay. Let's say he was saying the atoms of gold and the atoms of iron are different. But why they are different? Why the atoms of gold and atoms of iron are different? So he could not explain it. Means he could not explain why the atoms of different elements have the different valencies, because they have the different valencies. That is how they are different. Okay, so it could not explain why do they have the different valencies. Okay, so the next drawback is, that is the third one, it could not explain why atoms combine to form compound atoms. Okay, it was saying that when atoms are combining, they are forming the compound atom, also known as the molecules. Okay, let's say we have the atoms. So when the atoms are combining, they are forming the molecules, compound atoms also known as. So these are the atoms. When they are combining, they are forming the compound atoms. Okay, so it could not explain why do they combine, what is the need. Okay, why do all the atoms are combining and why do they form the compound atoms? So why they are forming the compound atom, it could not explain this also. Okay, then we have the fourth drawback here. It could not explain the forces of attraction between the compounded atoms, rather I would write here. Okay, so let's say you have the compound atoms, all the atoms are combining and forming the molecules. Okay, or we can say compound atom. This is the compound atom, this is the compound atom, isn't it? So what are the forces of attraction between the compound atoms? Let's say we have one compound atom here and one compound atom we have here, also one more compound atom, because atoms are combining to form the compound atom. So similarly we have some more atoms are there, they are again forming the another type of compound atom. So what are the forces of attraction between these two compound atoms? So the Dalton could not explain this, isn't it? Next one is, it could not explain the ultimate particles of the atoms and the compound atoms. Okay, what are the, Dalton has said that the ultimate particles are atom. Okay, when you are just hammering a given piece of element, so if you are hammering, ultimately you would be getting the atoms. That is what he has said. Okay, but this is not the case right now. We have the subatomic particles like electron, proton, neutron that have been discovered later, isn't it? So because inside the atom also we have the subatomic particles there inside the atom also. So Dalton could not explain. So Dalton could not explain the ultimate particles, you can say. Ultimate particles means electron, proton, neutron. These are the ultimate particles there. Okay, so Dalton could not explain the ultimate particles of atom, or you can say the compound atoms. So what are the ultimate particles of the compound atom and what are the ultimate particles of the atom? So ultimate particles are what? Electron, proton and neutron. So he could not explain those. Okay, so these are some drawbacks of the Dalton's atomic theory. Okay, hope you would be getting this. Now in the next video we will be discussing, we have the drawbacks here in the Dalton's atomic theory. That is why now we have a new atomic theory that would be known as the modern atomic theory. So in the next video, we would be discussing the modern atomic theory. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.